Welcome to our channel, 15-Minute Mindset, where we aim to educate your mind in less than 15 minutes at a time. In today's video, we will be discussing the Pareto Principle, often referred to as the 80-20 rule. A fascinating concept that can significantly enhance our efficiency in both personal and professional realms. Named after the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto, this principle suggests that roughly 80% of effects come from 20% of the causes. In simpler terms, a small portion of our efforts often leads to the majority of our results. This insight can be a game changer when it comes to managing our time and resources effectively. Understanding the Pareto Principle is crucial because it encourages us to identify and focus on the most impactful tasks in our lives. Instead of spreading ourselves thin by trying to tackle everything at once, we can prioritize the activities that yield the highest returns. For instance, in a work setting, you might find that 20% of your clients generate 80% of your revenue. By concentrating your efforts on these key clients, you can maximize your productivity and success. So, how can you apply the Pareto Principle in your daily life? Start by assessing your tasks and responsibilities. Identify which activities contribute the most to your goals and well-being. This could mean focusing on the top 20% of your daily tasks that lead to 80% of your accomplishments. By doing so, you'll not only enhance your efficiency, but also reduce stress and increase satisfaction in your daily routine. Embracing the 80-20 rule can transform the way you approach challenges, making your efforts more strategic and impactful. The Pareto Principle has its roots in the work of Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto. In the late 19th century, Pareto observed that approximately 80% of Italy's land was owned by just 20% of the population. This observation led him to explore the distribution of wealth and resources, ultimately uncovering a pattern that extends far beyond economics. The 80-20 distribution suggests that a small number of causes often lead to a large percentage of effects, a concept that has since been applied across various fields. In the business world, the Pareto Principle is frequently used to identify key customers or products that drive the majority of revenue. For instance, a company might discover that 20% of its products account for 80% of its sales. This insight allows businesses to focus their marketing efforts and resources on those high-impact products, maximizing profitability and efficiency. In personal life, the 80-20 rule can also be transformative. For example, you might find that 20% of your daily activities contribute to 80% of your happiness or fulfillment. By recognizing these high-impact tasks, you can prioritize them, ensuring that your time and energy are spent on what truly matters. By applying the Pareto Principle, you can effectively prioritize tasks and make informed decisions about where to allocate your resources. This approach not only enhances productivity, but also helps you achieve a more balanced and satisfying life. Embracing the 80-20 rule can lead to significant improvements in both your personal and professional endeavors. To effectively harness the power of the Pareto Principle, it's essential to identify the 20% of tasks that yield 80% of your results. The first step in this process is to analyze your daily activities and responsibilities. Take a moment to reflect on how you spend your time each day. Are there specific tasks that consistently lead to significant outcomes? By understanding your routine, you can begin to pinpoint which activities are truly impactful. One effective method for tracking time spent on tasks is to maintain a time log. For a week, jot down everything you do, noting the time spent on each activity. This can be as simple as using a notebook or a digital app designed for time tracking. Once you have this data, review it to identify patterns. Recognizing high-impact tasks is crucial for maximizing your efficiency. These are the activities that align with your goals and contribute most to your success. For instance, if you're a student, you might find that studying for exams or completing major projects yields better grades than attending every lecture. In a professional setting, focusing on key client relationships or strategic initiatives can drive substantial results. By identifying and prioritizing these high-impact tasks, you can streamline your efforts, reduce overwhelm, and ultimately achieve more with less. Embracing this approach will not only enhance your productivity, but also lead to a more fulfilling and balanced life. Applying the Pareto Principle in your everyday life can lead to significant improvements in productivity and satisfaction. One of the first actionable steps is to create a prioritized to-do list. Start by listing all the tasks you need to accomplish, then categorize them based on their potential impact. Identify which tasks are likely to yield the most significant results and place them at the top of your list. This way, you can focus your energy on the activities that truly matter. Next, consider setting specific goals based on the 80-20 rule. For example, if you're working on a project, determine which 20% of the tasks will contribute to 80% of the project's success. By establishing clear, measurable goals, you can direct your efforts toward achieving the most impactful outcomes. This approach not only helps you stay focused, but also provides a sense of accomplishment as you complete high-priority tasks. Regularly reviewing and adjusting your priorities is equally important. Life is dynamic, and circumstances can change quickly. Set aside time each week to evaluate your progress and reassess your to-do list. Are there new tasks that have emerged? Have your priorities shifted? By staying flexible and responsive to changes, you can ensure that you're always focusing on the most relevant and impactful activities. Incorporating these steps into your routine will help you effectively implement the Pareto Principle in your daily life. By prioritizing high-impact tasks, setting specific goals, and regularly reviewing your progress, you'll find yourself working smarter, not harder, ultimately leading to greater success and fulfillment. Utilizing the Pareto Principle can bring numerous advantages that significantly enhance efficiency in both personal and professional settings. One of the most notable benefits is the reduction of stress and the feeling of being overwhelmed. By focusing on key tasks that yield the most significant results, you can eliminate the feeling of being pulled in multiple directions. Instead of trying to tackle everything at once, prioritizing high-impact activities allows you to concentrate your efforts, leading to a more manageable workload and a clearer mind. In addition to reducing stress, the Pareto Principle has the potential to increase productivity and improve time management. When you identify and focus on the 20% of tasks that drive 80% of your results, you can allocate your time and resources more effectively. This targeted approach not only helps you accomplish more in less time, but also fosters a sense of achievement as you see tangible results from your efforts. By embracing this method, you can not only streamline your tasks, but also cultivate a more balanced and fulfilling life, ultimately leading to greater success in your endeavors. When discussing the Pareto Principle, several common misconceptions often arise. One prevalent misunderstanding is that the 80-20 rule is a strict formula that applies universally across all situations. While the principle suggests that 80% of outcomes often stem from 20% of causes, it's important to recognize that this ratio is not set in stone. In many cases, the distribution can vary significantly depending on the context. For example, you might find that in some scenarios, 70% of your results come from 30% of your efforts, or even 90% from 10%. Another misconception is that the Pareto Principle only applies to business or financial contexts. In reality, it can be relevant in various aspects of life, including personal relationships, health, and time management. The key is to understand that the principle serves as a guideline rather than a rigid rule. To truly benefit from the Pareto Principle, it's essential to adapt it to your unique circumstances. Each individual's situation is different, and what works for one person may not work for another. Take the time to analyze your own tasks and responsibilities, and determine which activities yield the most significant results for you. By recognizing these misconceptions and understanding the flexibility of the Pareto Principle, you can tailor it to fit your needs. This adaptability will allow you to maximize your efficiency and effectiveness, ultimately leading to a more productive and fulfilling life. Remember, the goal is to focus on what truly matters, regardless of the specific ratio. In summary, the Pareto Principle, or the 80-20 rule, is a powerful tool for enhancing efficiency in both our personal and professional lives. By focusing on the vital few tasks that yield the majority of our results, we can significantly reduce stress, improve productivity, and make better use of our time. Throughout this discussion, we've explored how to identify high-impact tasks, implement the principle effectively, and address common misconceptions surrounding it. Key takeaways to remember include the importance of creating a prioritized to-do list, setting specific goals based on the 80-20 rule, and regularly reviewing your priorities to adapt to changing circumstances. By applying these strategies, you can streamline your efforts and achieve more meaningful outcomes in your daily life. As we wrap up, I encourage you to take action and start implementing the Pareto Principle today. Reflect on your own tasks and responsibilities, and identify the 20% that will lead to 80% of your success. If you found this content helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel for more insights and tips on productivity and efficiency. Don't forget to like this video and share it with friends or colleagues who might benefit from learning about the Pareto Principle. Your engagement helps us create more valuable content for you. Check out our other videos on our channel. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video, where we'll explore more strategies to enhance your productivity and achieve your goals.